Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. Once again, time for a shop tour, and I think we may be in the hottest week of the year. So, you know how I love to give the weather report. Here we are, the very first day of August, and it has been a hot week in Topeka.
Temperatures are up there, and it's hot in Topeka.
It's hot in Topeka. It's hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. It's hot in Topeka.
Anyway, it's hot in Topeka. Let's get into shop tour time. All sorts of little things going on. So a few things that you're not going to see in the shop tour. Actually had Mark Weber here last week. We pulled out his engine out of his car. So we're getting an engine rebuild for the Runoffs. And what else are you guys not going to see? That might be it, but that took, a day and a half with him because Chatty Cathy. All right, so I'm in the middle of taking all these engines apart for the Runoffs, and so in my 15 minutes a day, look what I did. I moved my Runoffs engine down to the main engine building area, which is not something I normally do because I normally take my time. However, I've got everything that I need. It's not laid out here yet, but this weekend I've got time, and I'm going to put this engine together this weekend. So I've just been cleaning some parts. You can see I've got the new pistons laid out. This is kind of how I like to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the rings. We've got all the ring size. I've got the crankshaft bearings sitting here. Going to start assembly on my Runoffs Mazda2 engine this weekend. Probably next week or the week after. It'll probably be done and in the car. But we're only 8 weeks out, so I want to make sure I've got lots of time before the Runoffs actually hits us. NC MX-5. So this is one of these club spec NC cars SCCA came out with. I know we talked about it earlier this year. You can do an NC or you can do a Mustang. And so this car, I believe, was here when we were initially talking about it. But now it's got the suspension on it. It's got the sway bars. It's got the cold air intake. It's got the tune on it. I'm going to get all the alignment done. You can see it's got some Falcon tires. So these are, I'm sure, 200 treadwear. What are these things? Oh, yeah, Zenas. And so this is like the spec tire, right? Wheels and tires, all the shocks and stuff on it. So this has the Penske's, it's like the spec MX-5 SMX, spec MX-5 suspension, very similar for the club spec stuff. So just getting it corner weighted and aligned, and they're going to be ready to go. I know they're going to do a shakedown and then go to the Solo Nationals. I couldn't tell you what class it runs in at the Solo Nationals, if they have their own class or if it runs in a different class. Somebody can pipe up and let me know about that. Anyway, my job is just to make sure it's actually going to go straight, get as much camber as we can, square it all up, make it perfect. Porsche, got the Porsche done. Ended up having to change the filters, flush all the lines. Oh, how many times can I say it? Do not let your race car sit for years and years and years. I mean, this guy's ended up spending a couple $1,000s just because he let it sit and didn't run fuel through it ever. Craziness. But anyway, he'll be here this afternoon to pick it up, and we're going to get this thing out of here, get it out of my hair. Last week you could see that the Camaro was basically all put together. However, we have another suggestion from the Motec guy at Precision Auto Research. Dave Reds is his name. And he wanted me to send the dash, which is the logger, to him. So the dash is out. He's going to plug into it and see if we've got some sort of a configuration problem for the auto blipper. We are going to fix this auto blipper somehow, some way, because Steve's having a little trouble with the blipping, as you saw on the dog ring last week. So we have a second engine out getting rebuilt right now. The engine builder wanted me to get my own clutch and flywheel. I just thought you guys would be curious about this. Here's the flywheel in this car. Look how big around it is. I can almost touch side to side. So I mean, this thing's not even 10 inches, right? These are the little teeny tiny flywheels that we run in these things with a triple disc 5.5-inch clutch. This is some serious business. Thought you guys would be curious to see that. Let's wander over here to Ken's real quick. So I know we were talking about the aero catch latches. All done, right? I ended up putting the nose back on, even though I don't have the nose fixed yet. I've got, I had to put it back on so I could make sure everything would line up. But man, these are the way to go. Look how aerodynamic this is now. We've got really nice latches. Everything's installed. The hood fits perfect. I'm really digging it. One of the issues that we had at the sprints with this car was fogging in the Saturday race when we had so much rain. So, talking to a bunch of people, shout out to Mike Taylor. Frost Fighter, Clearview defroster. This is going to be a grid that I'm going to install on the inside of this windshield. I'm going to run it down. We're going to have our own switch, and it's going to be a defroster for the front to fight. And it works good because this is glass, right? I don't know, maybe someone can pipe in. I don't know that you can run one of these on Lexan. I don't know for sure. That's a question. But either way, this is a glass windshield, so this is going to work really good. So as you can see, I'm chipping away. This is how I'm doing my runoffs prep on this car. Chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. Got the new AccuSump gauge installed on the back side of the AccuSump. Ended up ordering I'm not quite done with the oil change because I ended up ordering what I like to use for an oil filter, and that's a System 1. So a System 1 oil filter is something that you can take apart very easily, look at the element, clean it out in the solvent tank, get it all cleaned up, put it back together, reusable. Ken told me when we were going to work on this car, I want you to do this car like you would do your car. That's what I'm doing. So, down on this end of the shop, you're not going to see much. That's because I'm starting to shuffle all of my engine bits and pieces down to the other end of the shop for an engine assembly this weekend. I think I'm going to kind of focus on that until I get the engine done before I jump into the spare transmission. I want to clean up the fenders a little bit. I've got a little body work to do, obviously. I think I'm going to kind of focus on the engine for the next couple weeks. Get that done, get that back installed, get it running, and I can fix this little bodywork stuff. You know, obviously, as we get closer to the runoffs, that's not that big a deal, but having an engine that works is, right? So, yeah, that's kind of our shop tour for today. Did get Steve's trailer back, so it's sitting out back. I'm going to hang out a little bit and marinate while the dash is off getting checked out. So see if we can get some stuff figured out there. But yeah, that's kind of our shop tour for the week. Obviously there's going to be more stuff as the weeks go on. We are right at, geez, it's got to be less than 8 weeks now, right? We're right about 8 weeks and we will be like at the runoffs. Is that true? Nah, probably 8.5. You know how I like to guess on these things. So about 8 weeks out, we need to have all this stuff done. I've still got one engine to take apart before then. Fortunately, it's just a spare for the runoffs. I was thinking I was going to get another Miata F production engine. Your engines are supposed to be here by July. So if you're watching this and you think you're going to send me your engine, I'm hoping it shows up like today or tomorrow. There you go. No more babbling. Boy, I'm getting good at this babbling at the end of these shop tours, aren't I? Appreciate you guys watching as always. Keep cool, stay inside, stay hydrated. It's hot probably all over the country, I'm betting. Get to working on your race cars. This is the best time of year to work on your car, get ready for the runoffs or whatever you've got going on. Yeah, see you guys soon. Keep after it. Thanks for watching.